Alright, what's up guys? We're back. Disorderly Conduct, episode 4. New studio, new topics, new everything. Let's go! Alright, starting off, we got Racine with his topic.
What's up, y'all? All right, so I want to come in here and just start off real strong. How do y'all think about TikTokers' obsession with like trauma dumping just to get clout and followers?
That's a good one. I never really understood that. It's like, why do you want clout based off of trauma?
Right.
Like, I wouldn't want a bunch of people I don't know feeling sorry for me.
Your followers are like kind of based off of the fact that people feel bad for you.
Yeah.
And want to like keep up to date with what bad things are happening in your life.
Because if you stop making those trauma videos and little updates, now what? They don't care.
People are on TikTok to be entertained. So it's like if you see a follower increase after you made a TikTok like that, I don't know. That's kind of a sign that people are only there to see you struggle.
Like now you're stuck.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm fine with it like on some platform like YouTube or Instagram, because like YouTube, there's a thumbnail, there's a title, there's an invitation for the person to click on it. You know, if they want to click on it, they can click on it. If they don't want to, they'll scroll past. If they're not in the mood to, they'll scroll past. If they care about who you are, they'll click on the video. But with TikTok, you kind of just scroll into it. So it doesn't matter if someone can get like triggered by this subject, or someone just isn't in the mood for it right now. They'll see it. And I mean, yeah, they can scroll, but like it doesn't stop the fact that they're kind of forced to interact or just see that in the first place. So I don't really feel, I don't know, like remorse per se for people who just get on TikTok to primarily just talk about all the bad things going on in their life. It's like, I didn't want to see that. Millions of other people didn't really want to see that. You can't really control what you see on TikTok, which is the main thing I'm trying to get at right now.
Yeah. All right, Sam, you're up next.
Okay, I guess on like a more critical note, but also like a lighthearted note, what are your thoughts on Ironheart, the new Marvel movie that's coming out soon?
Well,
Let me go first, y'all.
I've been waiting for someone to say this.
All right, so Ironheart, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't know anything about her lore or her characters or the comics or anything. I just know her from Wakanda Forever. And I liked her in that initially, but the more I kind of see people's opinions, my opinion's not changing off of other people's, no, but like the more I'm like educating myself on her, I don't really see how unique she is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what that's exactly what I wrote down. I was like, Ironheart is a character who's hard to get invested in because she's good at everything she does. Like she's very smart, intelligent, she's snarky, she is a young, talented black teenager, you know, like the whole black excellence thing, which I support wholly, but it's like, it feels like she doesn't need a struggle. And like the government or whatever is after her for how good her technology is. And it's like, I don't know. It felt like we were retreading Iron Man's steps, because that's exactly what happened in the second Iron Man movie, where the government started trying to like take Iron Man's technology and stuff. Yeah. So I feel like she got to where like Tony Stark's point without struggle. We're not invested in her yet, but she's already at the point where the American government sees her as an asset, but we didn't get to see her grow into that.
Right.
I want to add something to your Iron Man 2 comment, because with Iron Man, you were invested in that character specifically because you could relate to him, you know? Because let's be for real. At the beginning of Iron Man's journey, he was a dig. Like, he was an actual asshole. But over the movies, you see him grow from being an asshole to, well, he's still obsessed with himself, but he's more of a hero, like, as the movies go on, up to his death. I mean, me personally, I don't know a lot about the character, but from what I've seen, I do want to give the show a chance, because I said the same thing about Hawkeye, and I actually like that show, so I feel like it'll probably be the same for me here with this one.
Yeah, I mean, anything that we're saying about the show now is always down to change when it actually releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, one last thing I would like to say about it is it's like I feel like if she was ever put in that point where she needs to sacrifice something in order to save people, it won't have any meaning, because it's like, of course she would do that. We don't have any doubt in our mind that she's the type of person who wouldn't. But with Iron Man, we have seen him put other people in jeopardy, or like sacrifice other people for his own gain. His industry was based off of selling weapons to other countries, and you know that came to bite him in the butt when he realized, you know, it was being used against him. So there was a question there, that would he put his morals in the way of his success, you know? But with Riri, it feels like, I mean, of course, she's just a good character. She's just a good girl, you know? There's nothing really that'll set her apart from heroes that we currently got. But I mean, like I said, I hope that'll change. Yeah.
All right, for mine, it's a little societal, but basically, how do you guys feel like about AI, and how do you feel about the chances of it taking people's jobs in the future? Because we already see that happening right now with artists, you know, with the Studio Ghibli AI.
I feel like we're at the point where like it's not even a question whether AI will take our jobs or not. I don't see any job that couldn't be taken away by AI at this point. So I feel like the question shouldn't be whether or not AI is going to take over. It should be when and how fast and how far are these companies willing to take AI until they realize that this is going to lead to our downfall as a society.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Duolingo made the announcement that they were going to replace all their employees with AI.
Yeah.
And social media just jumped on their ass when they said that.
What's the point of using the app? It's just, why not just use Quizlet or something? Because the whole,
honestly,
that was the appeal of the site, that it was like people teaching.
The green bird with the butt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like the downfall of Duolingo got to be studied. Like one day people love the bird, and then now people just hate the bird
for valid reasons.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the over sexualization of celebrities? Like someone we all know, like Ice Spice, for example. Like, how do y'all feel about that?
You know, I actually did a research paper on this topic, and basically what I have to say about over sexualization is that you see over sexualization everywhere at this point, and it's always for the same thing, to promote a certain product or brand. But it gets to a point where the promotion itself becomes more like focused on than the actual brand or the product, you know? I just think that we live in a society where over-sexualization has become the norm, and it's like artists who don't over-sexualize themselves can't really like survive in a society like this, you know? They have to try harder to be accepted for not over-sexualizing themselves versus someone who does like all the time, like Ice Spice or Sexy Red. With male artists,
the males, like I have a great example, Saucy Santana, right? They are definitely like pretty provocative if you watch the music videos and stuff, like clips I've seen, but no one talks about it because they're not a girl, you know?
Yeah. In terms of the music industry, there's more pressure on women to over-sexualize themselves. Back in the day, the music would speak for you, but now it's like their image speaks for them. Image is a big part of like being an artist, but it gets to a point, you know? But that's my take on it though.
Remember when I made that list last episode?
Yeah,
I forgot to add one other couple. That is Bad Baby and her baby daddy.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She was defending this man for laying hands on her.
Who am I to separate a family because he's beating on me? Like what?
Like what? Like
And
you
it's
don't
like,
leave that man?
It's unfortunate because like I only hear her name being brought up whenever something bad happens to her or like she's in a controversy. Like Dr. Phil, that she disappeared, then the music, then she disappeared, and now this. And OnlyFans too.
They were waiting patiently.
That's a whole separate thing. All right. Do you guys think that like colorism in the Black community can get better eventually? Because right now it's like pretty, it can be jokey sometimes, but like people are serious when they say like, oh, light-skinned girls are the devil, or like dark-skinned men are like the cheaters of the world, you know, things like that. Like, how do y'all feel when it comes to colorism in the Black community?
Yeah, I think this is kind of interesting. It's like the genders have like switched when it comes to colorism. Because I remember like a couple years back, you know, we were always talking about light-skinned men and how they were like the best or whatever. Like women always wanted to be a light-skinned man. And then now it's dark-skinned men with waves or dreads.
Yeah, it's the great shift happened.
Right, exactly. And then people were always bashing dark-skinned women. Now people are bashing light-skinned women for, do you guys know what the reason is?
At first, I believe it started off as a joke, like light-skinned women always cheat, they're always fast or whatever. But some people are like taking their frustrations out and their experiences out along with the joke because they have an outlet for it now.
Yeah, that's how it usually starts when it comes to dark-skinned men being aggressive. It's always been like people who have been with an aggressive dark-skinned man and then started projecting that on all dark-skinned men. In 2025, the genders of which people have decided to be colorist towards have reversed, and instead of it being light-skinned men are good, dark-skinned women are evil, it's light-skinned women are evil, dark-skinned men are good.
I think me personally, I think it all comes down to just representation, you know, because light-skinned women, you see like light-skinned women in movies, they get portrayed as, you know, either evil or just like super nice, you know, the complete opposite of dark-skinned men and women who are seen as like really aggressive. And it doesn't help that Black directors and writers are following these stereotypes as well, like Tyler Perry. I've been very critical of Tyler Perry in his movies and his TV shows because they tend to paint dark-skinned men and women as aggressive or violent or just villains But then meanwhile, the light-skinned woman and light-skinned man are seen as like the savior tropes, you know?
For example, Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show, he had dark-skinned women as his like backup dancers, right? And he was getting a lot of flack for that just off the fact that they were dark-skinned. And when I saw that, like that the morning I woke up, I was like, why is he getting hate for such a specific thing that's like such a nothing burger? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? They're dancers.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Sam's laptop turned off.
All right, guys, this has been episode 4 of Disorderly Conduct. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of us, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button so you can check in for more videos. Make sure to check out our audio podcast because we are an actual podcast on all major podcasting platforms, and we really would appreciate the support. All right, until next time, this has been Xavier.
SARS.
And Racine.
And we are Disorderly Conduct, and we are signing out. Peace.